For the women's chamber, Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, and Alexa Bliss have all qualified. I think Charlotte gets in this Friday. Asuka, Bayley, and Natty, they're having a qualifier tomorrow night. I think Asuka gets in. That leaves one spot open. And since Rhea is already in, I'll say that Io claims the final spot, because why wouldn't Io claim the final spot? Why wouldn't you want Io on that show? For the men's chamber, Randy Orton is in. And something to pay attention to. There was a vignette that aired on SmackDown on Friday night with Aleister Black and Zelina, and Black was addressing Randy Orton because they were both part of a triple threat qualifier with Solo Sikoa the week before. And in the course of his promo here, Black said that you are undoubtedly still one of the greats. That match, shades of 2009, Randy Orton. But I can't help but wonder what's going to happen if Cody qualifies. I wonder what roads you'll take. Is it just me, or does it feel like they basically gave Karrion Kross's gimmick to Aleister Black? Like, we used to have Karrion Kross, and then Scarlett would just kind of be in the background, and so now we have Aleister Black and Zelina. They basically transferred the same fucking gimmick over to him. So I'm listening to this, and I'm reviewing SmackDown on Friday night, and I said, well, it looks like we may not be done with Randy Orton and Aleister Black, and maybe we're not. I mean, as a WrestleMania match, it could be, I guess. But maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way, and maybe it was more a tease for something that will go down in the chamber with Orton and Cody. Because we still haven't gotten anything with Cody and Randy. We've had hints of it. We've had teases of it. They had that one King of the Ring match last year, and that's it. They have otherwise avoided this. And somebody's got to go heel in this situation, and it ain't going to be Cody. So I'm wondering if that could maybe, it's less a tease of an Orton-Aleister Black WrestleMania match and more of a tease of Orton finally pulling the trigger on Cody Rhodes. But again, if he did that, I don't get the sense that they're doing anything with them at WrestleMania. So I don't know. It was a curious little segment there in the show, but I am wondering if he's trying to stoke the fires here and tease that something's about to go down with Cody and Randy. So Randy Orton is in the Elimination Chamber. LA Knight, I'll get to him in a second. LA Knight is in the Elimination Chamber. And Cody Rhodes is in. After his win over Jacob Fatu and Sami Zayn on Friday night, Jacob actually had the match won over Sami, were it not for Drew McIntyre flying in with a Claymore kick. He did the same to Cody, and then he dragged Sami on top of him. Cody kicked out. So Drew went back after him until Sami flew in with a haluva kick to McIntyre. And he took his eye off the ball, though, and he ended up eating a crossroads, and Cody pinned Sami to move on to the chamber. So that leaves 3 spots open. Now, tomorrow night, it is Gunther, Javon Evans, and Dominic Mysterio. I see absolutely no reason to put Gunther in the chamber if he is not going to win it, because then you have to beat Gunther. And it's an elimination match, so you got to pin him. Not ideal. I think Dragon Lee cost Gunther his match tomorrow night. Javon sneaks into the chamber. That's what I would do. That match is going to be a lot more fun with him in it. Then on Friday, it's Damian Priest, Trick Williams, and Carmelo Hayes in another qualifier. I don't think Melo's getting in. It's either Priest or Trick, and it should be Trick Williams. I would be pushing for a Melo and Trick U.S. title match at WrestleMania, but the way that Trick is still going out there cutting promos on Sami Zayn, and he had Sami backstage on Friday giving Rey Fenix a pep talk and telling him to go out there and, set Trick straight. I'm thinking that it's going to be Sami Zayn's match at WrestleMania this year against Trick Williams, is what I'm thinking. So if Trick and Javon get in, that would leave 1 spot open. 1 spot left open in the men's Elimination Chamber match, which brings me to this. WWE announced this week that Brock Lesnar is returning to Raw on February 23rd in Atlanta. So that is the final Raw before the Elimination Chamber. Now, why would they be bringing Brock Lesnar back to TV the week before the Elimination Chamber if he was not going to factor into the chamber in some way? And why wouldn't he want to be in the chamber? He was in the Royal Rumble for a shot at the championship at WrestleMania. So why wouldn't he want to be in the Elimination Chamber? He was in the Rumble and he lost. And do you know why he lost? Because while Jey Uso was yeeting his way to the ring, Cody Rhodes and LA Knight teamed up to eliminate him. And in this week's Observer, Meltzer reported that as of late January, Brock Lesnar against LA Knight was listed internally as the match for WrestleMania 42. And the thing I hate about this is it is at least plausible because LA Knight was the one who dumped him out of the Royal Rumble. And I hate that this could be true because that is not the match that I want to see. Not when you've got Obafemi right there, like he's right there. You saw the way the fans reacted to it in the Rumble when they teased it. Instead, what do? They have Obafemi feuding with Kit Wilson on SmackDown. He's wrestling Kit Wilson again this Friday. This is what they have Obafemi doing. And they have Royce Keys wrestling dark matches at the SmackDown taping. Like, what are we doing here? But Brock is going to be on next week's show, not this week. He's going to be on next week's show for a reason. LA Knight is already in the chamber. If Brock declared himself for the Elimination Chamber, which I could see them having, I'll just declare myself. But no, if he enters the last qualifying match and he wins, then that would fill the final spot. And I know, don't laugh. Okay, don't laugh. The idea of Brock Lesnar wrestling on television. I mean, you'll see the Jets win another Super Bowl before that ever happened. When was the last time he wrestled on TV? Probably when he squashed Kofi Kingston in 8 seconds. That was in 2019. That probably was the last time Brock Lesnar saw action in the ring on television. So I know it's very unlikely. But why bring him back on that show if he's not going to factor into the chamber in some way, right? It could have to do with LA Knight. I really hope that's not the case. It's going to be 10 years since that awful WrestleMania match with Brock Lesnar and Dean Ambrose. What a disappointment that was. This has WrestleMania 32 written all over it. And it will not end well for LA Knight. It'll be a big match for him on the show, but believe me, it will not end well for LA Knight. But Jimmy Uso was on Raw talking about his brother qualifying for the chamber. You got to go on and qualify for the chamber so that you can go to WrestleMania to get the WWE title. Fuck out of here with that nonsense, by the way. But that does mean that Jey Uso is going to be in that last qualifying match. So maybe they stick a member of the Vision in there, Bronson Reed or Logan Paul, and then they have a third spot to fill. Brock and Oba both should be in that chamber match. You want to book this out? Brock Lesnar and Obafemi should both be in the Elimination Chamber. And Obafemi should eliminate Brock Lesnar. And then Brock Lesnar, in a fit of rage, goes nuts and causes Oba to be eliminated. And you've got your WrestleMania match. That's what I would do. Get them both in there, make the chamber really interesting, and then branch off into a WrestleMania match. Instead of feuding this man with Kit fucking Wilson 8 weeks before WrestleMania.